ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Sairam everyone. We will chant the Ashtotrams covered so far, Ashtotra Shatanamas covered so far, and then continue on. Sairam. Om Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Babaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Swarupaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Varadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satyagunatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sadhu Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sadhu Jana Poshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvajnaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvajanapriyaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvashaktimurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarveshaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvasanga Parityagine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Mahimatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Maheshwara Swarupaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Partigramodbhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Partikshetra Nivasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Yashakkaya Shirdivasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jodi Adipalli Somappaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bharadwaja Rishi Gotraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apantaratmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Avataramurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvabhaya Nivarine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apastamba Sutraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ratnakara Vamshodbhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shirdi Sai Abheda Shaktiavataraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shankaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shirdi Sai Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dwaraka Mai Vasine Namaha. ओम श्री साई चित्रावती तटपुट्टपर्तिविहारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई शक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई शरणागतत्राणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई आनंदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई आनंददाय नमः। ओम श्री साई आर्तत्राणपरायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई अनाथनाथाय नमः। ओम श्री साई असहाय सहायाय नमः। ओम श्री साई लोकबांधवाय नमः। ओम श्री साई लोकरक्षापरायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई लोकनाथाय नमः। ओम श्री साई दीनजनपोषणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई मूर्तित्रयस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई मुक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई कलुषविदूराय नमः। ओम श्री साई करुणाकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वाधाराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वहृदयवासिने नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वपुण्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वपापक्षयकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वरोगनिवारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वबाधहराय नमः। ओम श्री साई अनंतनुतकर्तृणे नमः। ओम श्री साई आदिपुरुषाय नमः। ओम श्री साई आदिशक्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई अपरूपशक्तिने नमः। ओम श्री साई अव्यक्तरूपिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई कामक्रोधध्वंसिने नमः। ओम श्री साई कनकांबरधारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई अद्भुतचर्याय नमः। ओम श्री साई आपद्बांधवाय नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रेमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रेममूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रेमप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रियाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तप्रियाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तमन्दाराय नमः।
Oh yeah, I know. I'm okay. Thank you very much. Okay, good night.
ओम श्री साई भक्तमंदाराय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयविहाराय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तजनहृदयालयाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तपराधीनाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदीपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सुज्ञानमार्गदर्शकाय नमः। ओम श्री साई ज्ञानस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई गीताबोधकाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई ज्ञानसिद्धिदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सुंदररूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुण्यपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई फलप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई पुराणपुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अतीताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई कालातीताय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धिरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धिरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सिद्धसंकल्पाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आरोग्यप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अन्नवस्त्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई संसार दुःख क्षयकराय नमः. So these are all the 90 names which we have done so far. So we'll continue from there. So this is the 91st name. Om Shri Sai Sarvabhishta Pradaya Namaha. Sarvabhishta Pradaya Namaha. So this bha is the fourth letter in the pa varga, so it's aspirated, extra air, and ish and ta. This is not aspirated ta, but it is a simple one, alpa prana or unaspirated. Both of them are should be pronounced while the tongue is pointed up towards the roof of the mouth. Abhishta Pradaya. Again, this da is not aspirated. It's the third one, Pradaya. The simple name is Sarvabhishta Pradaha. Sarvabhishta Pradaha. You look at the meanings. Sarva means all. I think we have all looked at so far. Abhishta. Abhishta is actually yearning, something which we yearn for or wish. It's made of two words actually, or two components, I would say. Abhi and Ishta. Ishta by itself means something which is pleasing to us, so something which we like. Okay, Ishta is, that is wished, whatever we wish. Abhi means extra, repeatedly, and so on. It can mean. So Abhishta means something which we really yearn for. Sarva Abhishta. So Sarva plus Abhishta, there's a sandhi, so the A plus A becomes A. So that's how you get Sarva Abhishta. So Sarva Abhishta will become Sarva Abhishta. Okay. And Pradaha, I think we have again and again looked at it. One who gives, the giver. So we are praying to the Lord because He's the one who gives all that we yearn for. Whatever we seek earnestly, those things will be given, granted by the Lord. So prostration to the giver of what is yearned for. Okay, so that's the meaning. Om Shri Sai Sarvabhishta Pradaya Namaha. I would put Prostration to the giver of all that is yearned for. Okay. So the next name is Om Shri Sai Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. I think it's a pretty simple name for everyone to pronounce because there are no aspirated letters. The simple name is Kalyana Gunaha. Kalyana Gunaha. Look at the meanings. Kalyana means something which is auspicious, excellent, something which is beautiful. All that is depicted by this name. Actually, there are about 30-40 positive qualities which are generally given as meanings for this word Kalyana. Gunaha means Guna means quality or nature, you can say. Gunaha means one with the quality. One with quality. Okay, you can say one with quality. I put the quality, but one with quality, if you want to put it that way. So one who is the quality also something which we can take as meaning. Okay. So Kalyana Guna means prostration to the one with the quality of auspicious excellence is what I have put. You can always say, also say prostration to the one who is the auspicious quality by itself, you know. He himself is the quality. So to that Lord, we bow down and pray. Say, Om Shri Sai Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. I think it was a simple name, so we'll go to the next name. Om Shri Sai Karma Dvamsine Namaha. The only letter you may have to pay attention to is the id, which is the fourth letter in the tha varga, which is aspirated. So karma dhvamsine. This means as long as you can recognize, even though in printed letter the curve doesn't come fully, but it's umsi. Karma dhvamsine namah. The simple, this is the fourth vibhakti or the fourth case of the word which means to that karma dvamse. The simple name is karma dvamsin. Karma dvamsin. The meaning can be broken. There are two portions to this name. Karma is karma. Dvamsin is one who destroys, which basically means prostration to the one who destroys karma. So which also can be understood as karma means karma phala. The fruits of actions will be destroyed. How does the Lord destroy? There are multiple ways in which He destroys. By giving us knowledge so that we do not indulge in any karma. We cultivate karma phala tyaga or giving up the fruits of action. Through that also it's removed. So by granting us knowledge and by giving us the ability to overcome desires and giving up, by offering to the Lord, we can get them destroyed. So that is the Lord. Om Shri Sai Karma Dhvamsine Namaha. We'll go to the next name. Om Shri Sai Sadhu Manasa Shobhitaya Namaha. Sadhu Manasa Shobhitaya Namaha. So here there are a few aspirated letters, so you should pay attention to. This is Dhu, which is the fourth letter in the Tha Varga, aspirated one. This show is palatal show, so the tongue should be parallel to the roof of the mouth. Sh, cha, sha, the where you say cha, show. This bhi is again an aspirated one, the fourth letter in the pa varga. So it's bhi. So sadhu, shobhi, taya namaha. Sadhu manasa shobhitaya is the fourth vibhakti. So the first one, or the simple name, is Sadhu Manasa Shobhitaha. Sadhu Manasa Shobhitaha. So let's look at the meaning. Sadhu Manasa. There are three components to this name: Sadhu, Manasa, and Shobhitaha. Okay. Sadhu I have translated as saintly. Anything good, you know. Sattvic nature is sadhu. Manasa is mind, or that which comes from the mind, actually is manasa. So sadhu manasa shobhitaha. Shobhitaha means, shobhitaha comes from the word shobha, and bha is by itself is light. Shobha means one who makes it very bright light. Okay, bright light is shobha. Shobhita means one who makes that white light come out, brings out, invokes that light. Okay, that is general. That's the meaning by looking at the words. It can mean someone who adorns it, who makes it bright. Okay, who illuminates. Okay, so the Lord is the one who illuminates the saintly mind. Okay, so that means he will be resident there and he will be filling it with light. Prostration to the one who, say, who adorns and illuminates the saintly mind. Prostration to the one who adorns and illuminates the saintly mind. Look at the name once more and then we'll move on. Om Shri Sai Sadhu Manasa Shobhitaya Namaha. So it also can mean that only when our mind is saintly that the Lord will be present there, spreading light. Okay, so that is Sadhu Manasa Shobhitaya Namaha. So the next name, Om Shri Sai Sarva Mata Sammataya Namaha. Sarva Mata Sammataya Namaha. Simple name is Sarva Mata Sammataha. Again, it has three components: Sarva, Mata, and Sammataha. Sarva means all. Mata is belief, thought. Okay. Sammataha. Actually, even that Sammataha has the word Mata there. So the Sammata means a good thought. So you can say one who has that good thought, or who blesses, who accepts, who approves. That's all Sammata. Means you give positive will, you know, to that. Anything. Mata is anything which comes from our mind. Mati, a thought, a wish, a will, you know, anything which you wish for or will for is mata. So mata can, in general common language, it is translated as religion or even creed. Okay. Sarva mata sammataha. Yes, Brother Vimalesan.
So, mother for the pride, is it the same word?
No, it's a third letter in the tha varga.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it'll become mad. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, sir. So it is the simple meaning is prostration to the one who accepts all beliefs and faiths. It also can mean any thought will be accepted. He is open to accepting anything. Not only necessarily faith or religion, it can mean anything also. Okay. The next name, Om Shri Sai Sadhu Manasa Parishodakaya Namaha. Sadhu Manasa Parishodakaya Namaha. The simple name is Sadhu Manasa Parishodakaha. Sadhu Manasa Parishodakaha. Again, three components for this name. Sadhu and Manasa we have already looked at. Saintly mind, I would say. The new word is Parishodakaha. Parishodakaha. Parishodakaha is one who purifies. The Shud, means in this Shu and Id, Shuddha. Shud becomes basically anything to clean, purify. Okay. Parishodaka means pari is actually completely. Means in a superlative way also. Pari means. Yes, Brother Vimalesan.
Yeah, again, there's the word pari. Earlier you explained pariprashta. So there's parigraha. So I would like to know, has it different meanings?
Yeah, so these are what are called prefixes which get used like pari, pra, su, sam. There are certain words you can say, which padas in Sanskrit which get prefixed, and
Prefix.
and each of these prefixes give a variety of meaning depending on the context, brother.
Okay.
So pari means something which is rigorously done. Like the pariprashna means with sincerity done.
Right.
Something which is completely done.
Right.
Genuinely done. So there are many meanings which the pari can mean.
Okay.
So in this case, I have taken risk who completely purifies. In all, it means when I say completely, pari does not necessarily mean complete, but it signifies something which I have thought I will translate as nicely. If you want to put it that way.
Yeah, so it depends on the country.
Thoroughly.
And in the word parigraha, does it? Parigraha means I think circumambulate, the parigraha, Kailash or Girivalam, parigraha.
See, graha, the word, okay, we are going to a different word, but graha means to grasp anything.
Okay.
Okay, to grasp anything is it all comes from the word gru.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, a graha means something which grasps. How does it grasp? Whenever you want to grasp something, you hold it around.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
You understand? If
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to grasp something, you have to put your hand around it.
Put it around. Oh, okay.
See, that's why we have what are called grahas. Planets are called
Yeah.
grahas.
Yeah.
What they do is they go round and round.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So anugraha means, we will come to that, God clasps you around.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So graha means to hold.
Right.
But even objects are called grahas, so planets which circulate around something,
Right.
so that is the my understanding of parigraha. So parigraha means one who goes around and round,
Right.
without leaving any gap, you
So
can say.
in that word also it's used
Complete.
as a prefix or?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
It
okay.
is a
Okay.
parigraha.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I think Brother Kumar has a question, it looks like.
Yes, brother, not a question. I just want to, maybe I'm wrong, but from 94 onwards,
Yes.
is that Sri is the right spelling? Or I'm not sure whether
94 onwards, brother.
the
No,
Om,
I think you have put the Sri. I think it's a by mistake.
I think
Sri, the way it's written in Sanskrit.
Oh, no, Shri is wrong. It's wrong. Sorry, you are right, brother.
it's not that I know anything, but I just
No. You are right. Very much right. I made a mistake. I made it short. That's the reason. No, it should be this. So the 93 is right. 94 is wrong. You are right. Thank you for pointing it out. That's what you are referring to, no, brother?
yes, yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Good. It's better to keep it clean. Okay. Yes, brother. I hope I answered. Listen, I think okay, I guess. No?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. In Tamil and all, we'll say parisodhaniyam also means you thoroughly examine something, you see. That's shodhana, but this is shodhaka.
Right.
Yes, brother Dasan, you have something?
So, Sairam brother. So last time you very nicely you explain about the pariprasanna, what Baba said.
Pariprashna.
Pariprasanna.
Yes.
That means you explained that one who asking the questions with a good heart he is supposed to ask, because you should not put the guru in a bad situation or testing, or the question is supposed to be asked with the interest of knowing something, or the question is supposed to be asked to improve yourself, or the question is supposed to be asked interest of the other people. So that means parimene is the truth, maybe also.
See, if you want to seek the truth in all its, as it is the whole truth.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you want to know the whole truth, there's a way you inquire.
Okay, so that means prasanna means question.
Prashna means to question.
Question. Pari means the truth question.
You can say a question to find out, finding. So the way I think Shirdisai Sachartha, he's saying you ask so that you will know the whole thing. The questioning should be such which will search for the whole thing. The full understanding, which will reveal full understanding. So pari is to go, without leaving any gap, you can say,
Mm-hmm.
you without leaving any small question.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
good students. That's why Swami also says Arjuna was very good at pariprashna, because he asked the right questions from Lord Krishna so that all of us understand, and he didn't leave any unasked questions, which any student ever in their lives will ever ask in this world. So that is the type of questioning actually Arjuna did, apparently. So he's the best example of pariprashna.
Thank you, brother.
As Sister Anita says, thoroughly. Okay.
Because Sai Ram, brother, you know how we do the parikrama and like anything with pari,
Yes.
it's like you do it with full heart. And if you say, okay, you do the parikrama at the temple, right? So you do the circle, people just go, okay, 9 times, all done. But then some people do it with full heart, like going and bowing and doing it properly.
Yes.
So I'm thinking maybe it's thoroughly.
Yes, thoroughly, sister, thoroughly.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's very difficult to put it in words as long as we
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
the gist. That's okay.
Thank you.
So we are going to okay, so we'll go to the 97th name. Om Shri Sai Sadha Kanugraha Vata Vriksha Pratishtapakaya Namaha. It's, I think, the most tongue-twisting name and the long one name, the Ashtotra Sathya Namavali of Swami. Sadha Kanugraha Vata Vriksha Pratishtapakaya Namaha. We look at the simple name, Sadhakanugraha Vata Vriksha Pratishtapaka. Sadhakanugraha Vata Vriksha Pratishtapaka is the simple name. We'll break it into 4 components and look at the meaning. So the first word, Sadhakanugraha, if you take till this point, it's made up of 2 words, Sadhaka and Anugraha. Sadhaka and Anugraha. Ka and A becomes the longer Ka, so it becomes Sadhakanugraha. Sadhaka means any sadhaka, any spiritual aspirant. Okay, sadhaka. One who does sadhana, you can say. Anugraha, as we just discussed, it's God's boon. He holds us. When the Lord gives boon, actually He is holding us. So sadhaka, anugraha means it's not giving the boon is the anugraham, or giving grace. It's anugraha. I've just put the word boon for simplicity of translation in English for the entire name. So sadhaka anugraha vata vriksha. Again, this could have been broken into 2, but because vriksha means tree. Vriksha. Vata vriksha is banyan tree. Pratishtapakah. Pratishtapakah. Okay. Pratishtha, tishtha means to firmly plant something. Okay. Pratishtapakaha means one who does it. So one who planted firmly. It's not, when we say firmly, it's not just the physical aspect of it. The energy itself is so firmly planted. So it so happened in a long time ago, I think during one Buddha Purnima, Swami was in the Chitravati river, apparently, the bed, Chitravati river bed. He was spending time with this devotees. So this must be in the 50s. And the topic around, the Buddha attaining nirvana under a Bodhi tree was discussed. And so devotees were asking, how come certain trees are so powerful? Then Swami went on to say, the trees by themselves may not have much power. Generally, what the rishis have done is they take these powerful yantras, which can emit energy, and put them under the trees. And such trees are capable of great energy, and they will be able to grant so much more for the devotees who sit around that and meditate. Saying that, Swami had materialized a yantra, and he was apparently explaining the different shapes which are inscribed on a yantra and the significance and so on. And that yantra which Swami had materialized was then, Swami had said that I am going to plant it in the Tapovanam. What is the Tapovanam? The hill behind Swami's mandir. He said, there I will plant a Vatavriksha. Vatavriksha is a banyan tree. All of you should know that Dakshinamurti is supposed to sit under a banyan tree. And the banyan tree will grow wide and can support a lot of people and give shade. And Swami had said, I am going to plant this here, and this tree is going to be planted. And this tree and the energy which comes from this yantra, which will be spread throughout this tree, will attract aspirants from all over the world. Even great sages and saints will come here and sit and meditate. Because the power which the tree will give for a sadhaka is, you cannot measure it. So even great rishis will come looking for this space and sit here and meditate and realize what their own goal of meditation. Saying that, Swami had planted the tree, so which is still there and is famously called the meditation tree. There are devotees who go and meditate. Many of them come there, not even have darshan, but they will go to the tree and sit and meditate for hours, for days. So that is the significance of this mantra. Om Shri Sai Sadhakanugraha Vata Vriksha Pratishtapakaya Namaha. So that is the 97th name. 98th name. Om. Okay, I have to make the mistake. Om Shri Sai Sakala Samshaya Haraya Namaha. Sakala Samshaya Haraya Namaha. Simple name is Sakala Samshaya Haraha. Sakala means all. Samshaya means doubt. Haraha means one who destroys. In the spiritual path, doubt is the biggest culprit. There are two things, Swami says, comes in the way of any sadhaka. But one is to know that I know it all. That is one side. They will not learn anything new there. The second one is samshaya, the doubt. Is this path right? Will it benefit me? Am I doing it right? Is this right mantra? Is this right guru? You know, all sorts of questions can also cause problem. Even the faith will come and the faith will go, you know, because of doubt coming in, as doubting Thomas, as is called. So sakala samshaya haraha means all doubt, haraha, one who destroys. So prostration to the one who destroys all doubts. Because doubts can come in many different ways. So he's Om Shri Sai Sakala Samshaya Haraya Namaha. Go to the next name. Om. Oh, okay. Sorry. Bear with me for a couple of minutes. Om Shri Sai Sakala Tattva Bodhakaya Namaha. Sakala Tattva Bodhakaya Namaha. The simple name is Sakala Tattva Bodhakaha. So you have to make, I think the only couple of things I would just note here. This is it. There are two TT, as you can see, TTV. Okay, it, and V. Okay, double it and V is this letter. Okay, and this one is the fourth letter in the tha varga, the aspirator. This bo is the third one. Okay, Sakala Tattva Bodhakaya Namaha. So we look at the meaning. Sakala means all, Tattva. So I don't know whether you all realize this Tattva is, I had discussed some time back. Tat, so it's made of two words again, Tat and Tva. That and you. You know, Tattvam. Tattvam Asi also comes from there. That, Tat is that, Tvam is you, you are. Because of that, that and this, you know, he and you, that itself has become a philosophy, a name for a philosophy. Okay. So Tattva means spiritual principles, philosophies. Because of the word Tat and Tva, that's why you are having two it there. Okay. Otherwise you will wonder why there's it comes, because the it and it va. Bodhakaha is one who teaches. Bodhakaha is one who teaches. Prostration to the one who teaches all spiritual principles. Okay. Om Shri Sai Sakala Tattva Bodhakaya Namaha. See, again, this word Sakala is, I have used the word meaning all. You can also change it to whole, WHOLE also, because he teaches, because after all the truth is only one. We only see it as many truths only because we are looking at them piecemeal. So the one who teaches the entire principle is also Sakala Tattva Bodhaka. So those are all the names which I had planned, because the last 9 are left for the next week. Because it's an auspicious day. It's a Makara Sankranti, or the sun is entering, or Thai Pongal for Tamilians here, or Boghi for Andhra residents. So that's all we have for today. I don't know whether if there are any questions on any of them. Otherwise, there are some questions from last week. I thought I will tackle them. Sairam auntie, please. Kanagis auntie. You have to unmute and speak, I think. I don't.
Yeah, Tattvam Asi.
Yes, auntie.
What is Tattvam Asi?
That thou art. That you are.
That thou art. Okay.
Tat. I will just give me a minute. Sorry, I will. I'll pause share. Okay. I think you can see now, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's tat is that. Tvam is you.
Yeah.
Asi means are. You are.
You are.
That you are. So it's that, or I would also put that you are.
That you are Tattvam Asi. Oh, thank you.
So it's one of the Mahavakyas.
Yeah.
So this tat and tvam, when they come together, the sandhi comes, which it were. That's the way it shows up. So that's the only thing. I think there's somebody else. Sairam, Sister Anita. It's next week is Makar Sankranti, but maybe on Friday. But Saturday we will still continuing. So if there are no other questions, I think there were a couple of questions which Brother Vimalesan had asked. I didn't want to dwell last week, but I thought I will touch upon them today, because he asked about samsaram, sagara, and samvatsara, if I remember correctly. So samsara we discussed, I think, because there was already, it was in the name. Samsara means samsara dukkha kshaya. Samsara means that which revolves, comes round and round. Sagara is it's a bit of a story. I guess people do not mind listening to a story, so I will tell the story. In the lineage of Sun, this one of the ancestors of Lord Rama, there was a king by the name Bahuka, and he didn't have children, and he was getting old. He had two wives, and because he didn't have any children, the lineage was not continuing, and a few people, his relatives, got together and chased him away. They took over the kingdom. And there was a king from another country came and took over. And this king, when he went there to the forest, he gave birth to a son called Sagara. Okay, so the story goes that this when the wife was expecting, somebody gave her poison, and because of that, she did not give birth to the child for 6-7 years. She remained pregnant for 7 years. Apparently, the child didn't come out, but it didn't die. And the husband died. Bahuka died, and this wife, she decided to go on the pyre and die her also. And the rishi with whom they were staying stopped her and said, "No, no, your son is alive. You can't give up your life." And then that child was born, and the rishi named that child Sagara. Gara means poison. Gara means poison. Sagara means this child, the baby was in the womb with poison. So the rishi gave him the name Sagara. And this child he grew up, and then and the country citizens came to know of the child growing up. They came and invited him to come back and win the kingdom over, and he went and won the country back and ruled for many years. And so his name is Sagara, so one with poison. The story goes, I will not tell a long story. He had 2 wives, and through one wife he got one child called Asamanjana. Through the other wife, she had a miscarriage, you can say, and that the still body was broken into many pieces, and out of it were born 60,000 princes. 60,000. And it so happens, apparently, this this king was doing Ashwamedha Yajna, and when the horse was going on its sojourn, Indra got worried that this Sagara is trying to get the Indra position, and he hid the horse somewhere in the Patala Loka. Apparently, there was a Rishi Kapila was meditating in the Patala Yoga, and so the horse was hidden near his hermitage in the Patala Loka. And these 60,000 sons who were looking for the horse realized that it was somewhere down, and they started digging the ground. These children were called Sagara because they are children of Sagara. And where they dug, water filled up, and that is how the ocean was formed, apparently. Okay, so Sagara came to be because of this Sagara, and that's the story. And this they, of course, when they went to get the horse, they thought that the Kapila Rishi was the one who had stolen it, but they were trying to disturb his penance, and when he opened his eyes, all 60,000 got burnt into ash. And so they were supposed to have been the Patala Loka. Yes, Kanakesanti.
I don't know how much of validity is in this story. California has a place called Ash Island next to that. California. So Kapila Aranyam only became California is some new theory. I don't know whether it has any validity. And when the Sagara crowd they dug, that was the ocean that was formed.
I will come to that, Andy. I think it's valid, but I will come to that because then what happened was these 60,000 princes became ash, burnt to ashes. But the father was upset. That was Sagara, because he didn't know how to do the kriya, the final rituals for the people who are dead. He couldn't do for the 60,000 of them, and they were in the Patal Loka, and there was no water apparently. And so he died with the hope that somebody should do, and he told his grandson, who was Asamanja himself was bad, he was gone. He had a son called Anshuman. So he told Anshuman, you need to, before you die, you should complete this rituals for the dead forefathers of yours. He couldn't do it, and his son Bhagiratha was handed this responsibility. And many of you know, he's supposed to have done meditation, and he has prayed to Lord Shiva for thousands of years. And that's how the Ganges came down. And so that's why Ganges is called Bhagirathi. And this Bhagirathi went to the Sagara. So, and it also went to all three lokas is the story. Now I will just comment on what Auntie said. There are a couple of discourses in which Swami has called the South America, North America or Americas as Patala. Because if you look at, when you are from India, we are actually at the rock bottom. So we are Patala. So Swami has said, I don't think people put it down because people may feel hurt that, America is Patala Loka. Because there's connection, even Bali Chakravarti is supposed to have come to Patala Loka. So yes, many of these names people don't understand, have some origin, as Auntie nicely put about California. Kapila is supposed to have meditated there, and that's how. So those are stories. So Sagara is, again, I told the Puranic story. The story is Gara in the Sagara is poison. So that is why when the Sagara, even the Shira Sagara was churned, first came out poison. So the 60,000 is nothing but our own thoughts, the number of lifetimes we are to be born, and we are all seeking to, overcome and, become purified. So the Ganges, so this is only God's grace can make us purify. We all have to, pray to Him for thousands of births, which is what, implied by 1,000 years of penance by Bhagiratha and so on. So the poison which is in us is very difficult to remove. And so samsara sagara means we again and again born into this sagara. So I thought I will just mention. Anyway, Auntie, you have a question, it looks like.
But does this story have anything connected to this Tirisanga Sorkam? Tirisanga story, Tirisanga Sorkam in between.
Yeah, that is a subsequent Puranic story. Trishanku, he was a king who wanted to go to heaven in his human body. So
and he was neither there nor here.
Yes, because that's the story of. I will ask Brother Tasan. He has a question. Maybe if people have some time, I will spend time telling the
But
story.
that has nothing to do with this story through Sanskrit.
No, no, it doesn't have anything to do with this story.
Thank you.
Because this, yes, Brother Tasan.
So, brother. So this 60,000 kids, they died and they couldn't do the ritual. That means the final ritual has to be there to put the ashes into the water. Then only they believe they can get the moksha. So he prayed for the Ganga river, Ganga to come down to mix those ashes. So that is a reason we also put the ashes to the river or ocean. Because it came from that one or what? Thank you, brother.
See, the water symbolizes something called prana. Okay. The thing is, the elements are removed. See, one is the elements will become ash. So when we are mixing the ash, we are mixing not mixing the element. We are mixing the symbolizing the Atman, which we cannot see, which is what is actually merging in the water. The ash, when you mix, it will again be in the water only. But the belief is the Atman will go away, will merge back in the water. The stream is nothing but the ocean is the Lord. You are again going back to the Lord. Okay, so that is the idea. It is the mantras are supposed to aid the journey and final merger. That is my understanding, brother.
Thank you, brother.
I don't know whether during the Antyeshti ceremony, they will take two things actually. There will be a stone which will be taken along. I don't know whether you know, there's a stone and there is ash. You burn, everything is gone and merged. So the stone symbolizes that Atman. Okay. The elements go to the elements. But the thing is, they are all symbolic, but we are actually hoping that the Atman, which we cannot hold, but we symbolize that the Atman be there and we take it to the water so that the water, that's a flowing water is, because the water has to flow and merge in the ocean. All that is symbolized. So the water has to come from the Lord and take us back to the Lord. So from ocean we came, to ocean we go.
The ritual time we take the stone and the ashes together. Yes, brother, you are correct.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. It's a good understanding now.
The ash is the body, the Atman is the stone, but it becomes part of the ocean which rolls into the ocean. That is the idea.
Okay.
But as long as we understand why we are doing it, because we have to go to the source. So, and to go to the source, water is the best medium which will take us, which it flows towards the ocean. So that's my understanding. So because the brother asked the question, what is Sagara? So I thought it's Gara means poison. Sagara means which is with the poison.
It's good to know. But I would like also, since relevant to this, I'm just asking, I don't know, is Gopika 60,000? Is it Krishna's wife 60,000? Whatever. So is does the number has any?
16. That's supposed to be 16,000.
Oh, 16, that's 16, right. Sorry.
16. See, many of these names, numbers are also very significant. The 16,000 is supposed to reflect that the energy centers in the body also is then there's another 72,000 is another number.
Right.
So basically the 60,000, 72,000, 60,000 also, I don't know whether you know, the 60 is annual cycle, samvatsaras,
Yeah, that's right.
So that is also, all of them signify certain cycles.
Right.
So just
okay.
So it is I mean, because you asked the question, I thought last time I didn't want it. It was already getting late, so I thought maybe I will defer the story.
Yeah, it's good to know. We know some aspects of it, but now we have a better this. Thanks.
So if there are no questions and everyone is fine, I think we can close the session for today, and we can meet next week again. Saira, Sairam, brother.
We learned very good that meanings and that pronunciation about that Astosramavali. Like I always pronounce that wrongly. I think that for example, I am pronounced that Kamakroda Vamsininam, and the other one is Karmat Vamsininam. That way I pronounced. Now I know that how to pronounce it. Kamakroda Vamsininam now.
Dvamsini, yes.
And also that Vadavrishta
Vriksha Pratishtapakaya Namah.
That's that also I pronounced it wrongly before.
Yes.
And very good. We are learning a lot of things from this. And also I have to mention, if you can please teach us about the Swami's Sai Gayatri mantra.
Okay, brother. Okay. Brother Tasan also has given me a huge list. The way I looked at the list, it looks like a 5 to 10 year course. It looks like, but we will see, we will cover. I will do as much as I can. However long you all want to put in listen and join, then that's fine. I will do the Sai Gayatri soon.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks.
Sai Ram, sister. Okay, we will close with Samastaloka and Shanti then. Okay, Sai Ram. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.